trained neuropsychologist, Dr. Sanam Hafeen, for a little bit more on this. Dr. Hafiz, thanks for being here. What impact do you think that this decision will have for mental health awareness in sports, but also in general?
I think it's opening up a conversation for people of, from all walks of life. I think it's making it mainstream and less taboo to talk about. If Naomi Osaka can step back from tennis and from the French Open, or say, I need to take a break and I'm not talking to the press on your terms, on your time. I mean, first of all, let's, appreciate that she has somewhat of the luxury to be able to do this. And the common person can't just walk in and say that to their boss. So I think it's opening up the space to have these conversations where people can, choose mental health over, necessarily, showing up to work when they're feeling miserable in their skin and their body. I mean, the rates for depression are as high as they've ever been. And there's always been an underestimate of what these rates look like. But even then, 15 million people suffer from depression and 15 million from anxiety. And that's probably a conservative number. That's Americans. So that, that should really give us pause as to what a widespread problem mental health is. And it's so largely unaddressed.
Now, this all started with Osaka being fined $15,000 for refusing to attend a post-match press conference on Sunday. And she said before that she wasn't going because she feels these press conferences essentially have no regard for athletes' mental health and that people don't realize how detrimental they can be. What did you make of that?
I thought, it was a very strong statement, but also, being bombarded with so many questions, all these people in a room, everyone's focused on you. There's a fair amount of social anxiety that comes with, depression or even generalized anxiety, looking at people being in such close proximity with so many people whose only goal is to address you, criticize you, even when they're praising you. There are questions that can come out of left field that can be very personal in nature, that can be uncomfortable and awkward. And she's 23 years old. I mean, I remember being 23. I don't know how I would feel being under all that, spotlight. So when you combine that with anxiety or depression, and often together, because anxiety and depression tend to run in pairs, it can be a really daunting experience that the average person can't appreciate. You think, oh, look at her. She's got so much fame. She's got money. She's got all this attention, but not from where she's standing.
Now, many tennis superstars, Serena Williams, Billie Jean King included, have shared their support for Osaka. How does having backing from major athletes like that help, you think, to prioritize mental health awareness in sports?
I think it's amazing. I think the outpour support has been phenomenal. And we need to see that. We need to see people who've gone before her come out and say, hey, this was hard for us too, but, we probably weren't in a space where we could come out and say this. There is, we are to some degree trending toward more acceptance of mental health and mental health stigmas, thanks to people like Naomi. So I think it's a huge statement to make that people who've gone before her, who've made their mark, are saying, no, this was hard back then too, and she needs to take care of herself.
And we heard Chris Everett specify and explain that tennis is a single sport, and so you have to sit up there by yourself and take these questions, and sometimes after a devastating loss that you're already upset about. Does this also apply, do you think, to team sports as well, or is there something unique about individual sports that we have to address here?
I think there are different challenges. I think in individual sports, like you said, the focus is just that one person. In a team sport, let's say in a press conference or even from the media, there are other people in the team who might take, some of the sort of spotlight off of you, or to bear the brunt of, the press. I think so. There could be that. But on the other hand, if you're in a team sport and you're the one being ostracized or being criticized, it can feel like the spotlight is greater on you because you're being singled out from other people. So, there's a bit of a check and balance sort of situation.
All right. Dr. Sanam Hafiz, always great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.